guys, welcome back to Imola Auto between myself and Mo. Glad to have you back. We're again talking, well, we're back in Garage Talk effectively, and we happen to be right now in Ferrari Corner, and this for us is heaven. Simply because you can see behind me there is a Ferrari F50. Now, I don't know how many of these are still around and what the type of conditions that they might be in at the moment, but you've literally got a bloodline of Ferrari's hypercars all in a line, literally. So you've got the F50, and then right next to that you've got the Enzo, which is just beside me here. And of course the Enzo back in 2004 was part of its own little trinity, which was between the McLaren Mercedes SLS, this the Enzo, and the Porsche Carrera GT, which has now been superseded by what's next to Mo, just there. And of course, as you can see, a Ferrari. Now, it's so rare to have all three of them in the same company alongside each other, because of course you've got the F50, which is race derived, and it was based on literally Jean Alesi's Formula 1 engine planted into this particular vehicle. Generated a fair amount of power for the time, but it was big, it was wide, it was huge, and it wasn't probably the best example of what Ferrari could do with the facilities or with the expertise that they have. But then, of course, out comes this, the Enzo. 600 plus brake horsepower in 2004. I remember this at a motor show back in the United Kingdom and I was blown away. And then of course, now almost 1,000 horsepower or 950 for the LaFerrari. The one that's missing is my favorite, or it's our favorite. Let's call it the channel's favorite, which is the F40, which we still feel is probably the best hypercar or supercar to date. And it's the one thing that we would probably have parked in a lounge if we had the opportunity. But while we're at Ferrari Corner, I'm all about finding things that are rare, things that you don't really see on the road much. And just behind me is a 599 Aperta. Those are super rare. There's a limited number, and we need to take a closer look at that. So follow me, please. And there you go, guys. Ferrari 599 Aperta. It's probably the only one in the city right now, and for me it is absolutely gorgeous. They're worth quite a bit. I don't want to disclose too much information about price for the reasons of keeping things under wraps for these generous people that are allowing us to do this video of this particular vehicle right now. But what I can say is that if you research 599 Aperta, it is just, you know, it's just one of those special ones that every now and then Ferrari produce, just to basically commemorate and to literally honor the brand and honor what it stands for. Follow me this way. Let's just pass the Portofino and the 599 GTO or the 16M Scuderia, which is literally next to me. And let's head over to, which for me, again, one of my favorites. That's 355. It's a Spider, okay, fine, it's not the coupe, but in there is a very juicy manual gearbox, which again, very rare in this part of the world. And one more thing, does anybody recognize that? That's a Dino.
That's a Dino.
That's a Dino. That's a 6-cylinder Dino. That doesn't even carry the cavallino that's usually put onto all Ferrari's vehicles. This one was named after Ferrari's son, Dino Ferrari. And again, it's sublime. You know, these cars are dating back to the 1970s, but looking at the condition of this one, it's in such, you know, I'd be tempted to say this is the one that I might drive out of the showroom with, alongside any of its company right now. And of course, we've got a string of 599s. Well, sorry, before we go on to that, I'm always trying to show you a little bit more about the Dino itself, and yeah, why not? Why not? But look, like I say, you've got the Dino here, you've got a 355 here, you've got a string of 599s, there's an 812 Superfast, there's a TDF in the front, you know? A TDF again is, TDF is just badass, that's just the best way to put it. A 250 GT Lusso behind him, a California behind him, and then back to the hypercars, which is LaFerrari, Enzo, F50. You know, it's heaven, it's heaven. I think, can't see a 488 Pista anywhere, but I'm pretty sure if we look hard enough, we might be able to spot one. But again, you know, I guess I'm just going on about stuff because it's just making me really, really excited. But believe me, there's no place I'd rather be right now, unless I'm inside one, just basically driving into the sunset. Right, so before we head on out of here, I don't think there's ever going to be another point in our lives or in the near future where you're going to be basically alongside three different Bugatti Veyrons. You've got one in the corner. Let's just start with that one actually, because that one has exposed carbon fiber throughout the entire shell of the vehicle, and I personally think it's fabulous. It's something that has been done by Mansory. It has been given an extra 100 horsepower, so that puts it at 1200, just in case you were wondering, of course. And then, I don't know if you can actually see from that particular angle, Moen will try and show you as best as he possibly can the interior and the detailing that has gone into this particular Veyron. You know, as if a Veyron doesn't need any more, Mansory has taken something and tried to make it a bit more special. Now, I'm not one for tuning cars or for sort of like sprucing up vehicles, because I'd like to think that the people that generate or develop or engineer this type of stuff, they know what they're doing. But I gotta say, I do appreciate this. And then of course you've got something a bit more normal, if normal is the right word, next to it. A 16.4 Veyron with brushed aluminium front end. Again, a bit more classic, a bit more expected, so to say. Based on when the Veyron was actually launched into the world and made it at that time the fastest vehicle or production vehicle around. And then this is Mo's choice, the Super Sport. In that particular color combination, with that sort of work, again, the exposed carbon fiber. This one, by the way, is generating 1,200 brake horsepower, just in case you're wondering once more. And I think from the three, this is the pick of the bunch for him. Am I right, dude?
Oh, absolutely, yep. I love the Super Sport.
It's hard to fault him. He says that from everything here, including Ferrari corner, this is probably the one that he would drive away with. I couldn't argue because I'll be sitting next to him, so that's cool. Let's just head on towards the back of the vehicle, just in case there's something that I'm missing. Of course, the Super Sport, as you can see, for a better sense of aerodynamics, the engine or the actual bay itself is slightly more covered up compared to the other two. But I do want to show you the engine of a 16-cylinder Veyron, because it is something to behold, it's something to appreciate, and I think you'll be able to see more of it on the Mansory edition, which is just about here. That's 1100 horsepower, guys, right there. And that's two 8 cylinders bolted together to give the Veyron what, of course, we all know it to be. Have a look. I hope you guys appreciate it as much as we do, but I think it's time for us to say goodbye for now. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.